USS Hazard. It's kind of like a minesweeper. This one was built in Washington, the state of Washington. And yes, it has seen better paint jobs in its days. This is the captain speaking. It's reload, feet on the deck. Let's go, pal. Cool blue, baby. This is just my intro for this. USS Hazard AM-240. It was a minesweeper back in the day. And I couldn't get up to the bridge, so I wasn't able to shoot that. So I got the rest of it, and this is all I needed to shoot now. So NT8 at the Navy Museum. Okay, they got the gate shut, so I'll give you a tour from the outside. These are depth charges, or what they represent to be depth charges. And you roll them off the back. And yeah, there's no detonators or nothing on the sides to set the depth. Anyway, they roll them off and blow up submarines. They sink so low into the water, and then compression on the water makes them blow up. And see that pad eye right there? That's for towing another ship. But they won't tell you that. Anyway, you got a roller that goes this way. And then you got a roller. And you stream your cables out that way. And then you tow your minesweeping gear, which is one of these things, which is called a pig. And you'd have one on each side, and then there would be a cable in between them. And the cable would go and cut the cables on a mine like this that was suspended with that block there, and there would be a cable running up, and the pigs would cut the cable, and then the mine would float to the surface, and then they'd sink it using guns like these. That's a pretty good shot of one. Or you could use those guns. Those look like 40 millimeters. Oh, there she is. I knew there'd be a ship decal there. USS Hazard AM-240. And these are where your mooring lines come out to tie the ship up. These are drains to let the water run out when the ship was in heavy seas. And these bars aren't normally there. That's another way to tie your shit up. And that's a hatch to get out, but for security purposes they welded it shut. And that's an air conditioner. They didn't have those back then. Let me get back a little bit. And now we're getting the wind. That's great. So anyway, I wanted to get up into the bridge. But obviously I'm not going to get that done today. And there's an anchor. Anchors are cool. That's a twin fluke balance fluke anchor. Anyway, what they did is they bought this thing from the U.S. Navy back in 71, I think it said. And then they cut a ditch in here and brought it in and buried it in dirt. So there's the river right there. So we're looking at, I don't know, 50 yards. This is an old captain's gig. I used to drive these. Or an admiral barge. DDG-9. I'm trying to think. Captain? Can't remember. Yeah, when I get a chance, I'll get in here and do this. That's an old school life raft. Not very good for shark protection. That's where human waste goes out. How do I know these things? I'm not sure. That's a Coast Guard helicopter. We don't care about Coast Guard. And there's a motor wellboat. I used to drive them too. Them suck. They get a lot of screw walk. Yeah, here I can show you now. I told you they sold it in. Yeah, see? There, see? Yep. So obviously you don't want to get too close to the edge here, because you may end up part of the monument. And that's a missile launcher, not on this kind of ship. And that other thing has got to be an Air Force deal, because I don't recognize it. That there is a 5-inch gun, old school 5-inch gun. And that there's a submarine. But I don't know nothing about submarines, so I'm not going to tell you about submarines. They don't have a capstan back here. Something's wrong. You gotta have a capstan. Where's the capstan? That's the thing you throw the rope around, mooring lines around, to tie up the ship. Huh, I don't have one. Used to be there somewhere. Probably cut it out. It's probably still usable. Yeah, USS Hazard. USS Hazard. And be right back. Oh, and that bosun pipe, that was me.